didn't intend to rescue sloths. That wasn't our plan when we came. We bought the property years ago in 1972, and as we were building the hotel, a little sloth was brought to us, and that was Buttercup. And we didn't know anything about sloths. We just knew they lived in the trees. So we thought we should call, make sure that we knew what we were doing, or there was a place that we could take her. No one wanted her. There were no rescue centers in those days. So we just decided, well, we'll watch what the sloths were doing in the trees, and we fed her the same leaves that they were eating. And once people knew that we cared for the sloths and we knew how to take care of them, they started coming from all over the country. And today we're caring for about 123, or I think maybe 25.
Well, here at Aviarios, we have a volunteer program. Our volunteers come to us from all over the world, and they constitute many extra pairs of helping hands.
I'm a volunteer at Aviarios del Caribe. We start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. That means cleaning out the cages first. The main thing is to wipe the places off where the sloths sleep and put in new fresh towels, because the sloths really love the towels. They cuddle themselves up like this in the towel, and we can pull off the towels and put them nice and neat. It's so sweet when they wake up and look at you first thing in the morning.
After this, we wash lots of leaves for the sloths to eat for their breakfast, and then we go and feed them. After breakfast, sometimes Claire needs help pricing up stock in the shop, and sometimes I need help walking the babies, which is a lot of fun.
Been asked to walk this little sloth, Leela, around the rainforest here so she can smell some different things and to get some fresh air.
We weigh the babies every morning to keep track of whether or not they're gaining weight. And it's very difficult to tell if they're gaining weight because they retain their poo and pee for so long. So once we get their daily weights, we graph the results, and we only use the weights that we get right after they go poo and pee. And then we get a better idea if they're gaining weight.
At 11 o'clock we prepare fruit and vegetables for the sloths to eat.
Chopping up vegetables like sweet potatoes and carrots, and doing some fruit.
And once we've had our lunch, we then get to feed the sloths, which is really cool because they'll eat potatoes and carrots right out of your hand.
So we always get big help from the staff in the mornings, at food prep and at feeding time.
We finish work about 3 o'clock, and then the rest of the day is free time. So we go and sit and play cards together or read books, and we generally end up talking about sloths at some point, even though we just spent all day with them.
And one possibility is to go out on the canoe. They offer it for tours, but the volunteers are allowed to take the boat out and have a paddle and see a bit of nature, perhaps see a wild sloth. Up there.
Oh, there he is. There's a lot of sloths living in the wild around here, and we've been so lucky to see a wild sloth swimming right across the river over to this bank. It was really, really cool.
It's really important that we leave their habitat intact because it's diminishing so quickly that this is why we're here. This is why we are having the sanctuary, because the sloths are in trouble today.
We have 5 sloths that the tourists can see and take pictures of.
And so he must have been abandoned. But lucky for him, he was found and brought here to the sanctuary where we had, my grandmother Judy had raised him. I'm going to take you upstairs to meet some of the babies, and you'll see for yourselves that they do get along quite well.
It's always nice to see the people's faces when they see the babies, because they are so cute.
Even though our volunteers do come from all over the world, most speak English or Spanish. As long as you can speak one of those languages, it's really not a problem. Anyone who can speak other languages such as German or French and who wants to do tours, we may be able to use you.
My example, I'm from Switzerland, and when they have German tourists or Swiss tourists, they ask me to do a tour, and that's really fun.
Once a week you have a day off, and there's loads of really nice places nearby that you can go and visit.
We got the bus to Cahuita, which has a really nice national park,
and you can walk along the beach there and see wild capuchin monkeys and howler monkeys, and there's a really nice frog garden there as well, and they've got some really cool frogs there that you can see.
Most of the people have their favorites. My favorite is Billy. He's really cute. The first time I went into him, he was taking my hand and looked at me for a while, and so I fell in love with him.
If you would like to come to Aviarios to visit our sloths or maybe to volunteer, please view our website. There's additional information about the tours and the volunteer program there.
I'm so glad I'm here for a month because I couldn't leave already.
When our volunteers do come here, they know that everything that they're spending is going to take care of themselves and the sloths. So without the volunteer program, we wouldn't be able to make it.